So put your brushes up, because this is the NYX Face Awards, baby. And if you want to look like you're born this way, please stay tuned to see how I recreated this look. And do not forget to vote for me on NYXFaceAwards.com.
Hey dolls, we're going to start out by priming our face with the NYX face primers, of course. And then we're going to make a base color along our face. We're just going to use the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and this is the white one. And you can rub this in with your fingers. I found that it had a better consistency that way. I'm just placing this all over my face, and then I'm going to set that with my powder here by NYX, of course, again, and my beauty blender. This is my Studio HD powder, and it's just basically a translucent powder, and this stuff is awesome for making the makeup stay. So this will really set the makeup and make it stay longer. And then we're going to grab our favorite liquid liner. This is the NYX Flesh Noir. And then circle your eye. You can feel your socket if you press very carefully on your eye. You can feel the bone around, and then you want to color in the socket where you wouldn't have bone in your eye. So here I am using my angled brush by NYX. This is the number B18, and this is actually the eyebrow brush, but I used it as a blending kind of to make the lines more precise in that area, because I'm kind of using the brush to fill it in, and then I'm blending that out with the brush. So that is what I did there. And then I started using my black eyeliner, and this is the Jet Black SL07 Slide On Eye Pencil by NYX. And this is just really good for blending. This stuff blends flawlessly. I can't say enough about it. So I just put that on, and I drew that on right with the pencil, and then I went back in and blended it out. But first I placed all the lines that I wanted before blending anything. So what I'm just doing here is making kind of an angry face, and then placing the pencil wherever I would have a sort of crease, and just basically looking at a picture of Lady Gaga and making the lines where she has them in her video. So you can do kind of like some lines under your eyes, some around your eyebrow bone, some cracks in your skull. And here I'm making sort of an upside down heart, and then a line towards the mouth. And then I'm going to make that little shape I'm making here, and then blending that in with that same pencil. But I'm not blending it fully, I'm just going around the edges. And then I'm taking my angled brush by NYX, and I'm going to blend this in so it gives a very faded look, which I love, because it kind of has to, the skulls are all about shading. Like, you really have to shade with this kind of stuff to make it look realistic. So don't be discouraged, just keep shading and blending. That's pretty much all you need to do, is just shade and blend. And the best way to do this would be to look at a skeleton face online and look where they have the shadows and the shading and all that stuff, because that's what I did. And I also looked at a picture of Lady Gaga, and that also helped. But this skeleton is easier to see, especially when you're doing it on yourself. So here I'm using a Q-tip just to smudge that out as well, and I'm just going back in with a small brush, and I'm just using one of the NYX brushes, and this is the B17. It's an eyeshadow brush actually, and this is just to basically add some color into there, and like add some white into that black so that it makes sort of a grayish tone. And this will really look good too, because it gives, again, that shading effect. So that's what you want to do. And just keep going back in and just smudging things and playing around with those colors. And this kohl pencil is honestly amazing for that. It blends so nicely. So That's why I said to use that instead of the jumbo pencil, because the jumbo pencil also does smudge very, very nicely. But if you touch it, it will smudge a little bit. So you want to have something that has staying power, but also can smudge, which is what this pencil does. And I'm just going to smudge out my eyebrow creases there to make myself look very angry. And all those little places that I didn't add on the side, I'm going to do that off camera so it doesn't take a billion years. And now I'm doing my nose, and I'm just basically blacking the whole thing out and placing two little tiny points at the top, and then making sort of an M on top of that with shading. And this I just did with a very, very small eyeliner brush from NYX, and I just used a little bit of the liner, and then I used their very, very tiny lip and eyeliner pencil or brush, and I just basically made a tiny little M. And now I'm just blending that out again into that little area by the mouth and making that look very, very blended and shadowy. Now I added some jumbo pencil onto that brush as well, so I get a better placement. And I just added this to the middle of those shadings, so it again gives that effect of like it looks kind of hollow, but it also has some definition to that, and that will also help. It really does make the whole thing come to life when you see the shading come in place, because at first you're just like, well, that's just lines, but then you put the shading in and it really does make the character come to life. So don't ever forget to shade. That's all I can say about this look, is don't forget to shade, because it honestly does make such a difference. And I'm just adding like little touches here and there with my small eyeliner brush and some of that black from the pencil. And then I'm going to go in with my brush again from NYX, and I'm going to add little lines. And here I just honestly placed some of the liquid liner down, and then I added a touch of water to it just so that it would be a little more watery, not as dense. And I just made this look like teeth on my lips. So basically you want to white out your mouth, make sure it's very, very opaque on that area. Kind of make a line in your lip line, like where your bottom and your top lip meet. Just a little bit of a black line. It doesn't have to be anything intense. And then make these lines on your face. And you want to make sure when you also do this, make the lines go from the corner of your lip out to your cheek and connect those designs. And then just add some white and whatnot. Here I'm adding some more shading and shadowing into my design here, and then I'm adding the teeth fixtures. So I'm just making little V's, and I'm going underneath my chin, and I'm going to add some little cracks in the skull, which really, really makes this look. It looks so, so cool. So here I'm just adding that, and then I'm taking a brush and blending those out, and then I'm going to add some white around those to really define them and make the shadowing and the highlight contrast, and it makes the skull look like it's cracked. It is awesome. I also took a little bit of the jumbo pencil on my finger and just placed it on top, kind of smudging that all out, and that helps as well. It makes it look very dulled down. Now I'm going to do my neck, and this is basically just big loops kind of in a row like that, and then you want to make them very, very white. And here I just again used a brush and used the jumbo pencil and made that very opaque and white in the middle, and then you want to make around that black, and for that I used the pencil, and I smudged that out, and I made some sort of like veining type bones looked in the neck. And I also added a little bit of shading on the other side. You don't have to do this, it was just something for fun and whatnot, but if you want to do that, you just put little lines in the neck in that little area, and then you blend it out with the white brush, because that will make it look like a grayish tone. And basically I'm just going in and blending that all. Now I'm just creating some designs on my neck as well. It's just that little veins or bones or whatever's in the neck there. And it kind of looks like it's just a V almost, with like it almost looks like a big tree is how I define that. Is just make like that shape on your neck and put in some white, and then around do some black and shade that out too, and then you'll have a cool looking little neck piece that you have. And I didn't go down fully to my chest and whatnot because my shirt covers that part. But if you are keeping that open, you might want to actually do the whole thing. And then in the ears, you're just kind of making this spider web design. And it doesn't have to be perfect because on the ears, it's like really hard to draw, especially on yourself. But you pretty much just make a spiderweb design. And then you're going to grab your favorite mascara. I'm using Doll Eye by NYX, and I love this mascara. It is awesome, by the way. I'm just placing it on my top and my lower lashes so that the whole area is very darkened. And then I'm going to place on these sweet eyelashes. These ones are called Fierce Biotch, and they are in the number 206, and they are also by NYX. And I'm going to place these right on that lash line. I'm sorry, I'm out of frame there. And I'm going to loosen these bad boys up a little with my fingers, and by twisting them like that, it really helps put the lashes on. And I also used the glue that came in the package. And then I'm going to add a little more of that mascara on top just to blend the lashes together. And then you're finished. So please, please, please hashtag me on Instagram and Team Denean if you want me to win at the NYX Face Awards. Thank you so much for watching. Please vote for me on nyxfaceawards.com. You can vote daily and you can vote once from each email. So if you want me to win, please vote, share this video to all your friends and family, and encourage them to vote. Love you, dolls.